the science guy.
Hey guys, and welcome back. As you can see, I've got my holiday decorations up. Get ready to spend some holiday time with your family over this break because we're going to be doing some fun winter activities. As we talked about in our last video, some trees stay green all year. They are called evergreens. The materials you will need to observe evergreens are adult supervision and beautiful trees. With the supervision of an adult, walk around your neighborhood or backyard and observe the trees around you. Collect the leaves of trees you see that still have their green color, but make sure you're not snatching from your neighbor. Return home and observe the similarities and differences between all your leaves. Even take a look at the leaves of your Christmas tree if you have one.
Evergreen trees like spruce, pine, and fir naturally come from colder climates and have long leaves with thin needles. Photosynthesis is when trees get energy from the sun, water, and carbon dioxide, then use it as food. While other trees stop performing photosynthesis during winter, evergreens do not. The qualities of evergreens allow them to conserve the nutrients like water and chlorophyll, and they keep their leaves green. The same goes for any tree you see, like fruit trees that are still green, they are keeping strong.
So, we just talked about how it gets cold during winter, but why does it get cold? Well, first you must understand that the Earth does not move closer or farther away from the sun. What actually happens is that the Earth is on an axis. An axis is a straight line objects rotate on, and that axis is tilted 23.5 degrees. While we go around and around the sun during the year, we are hit by different levels of sunlight. In California, we're located in the northern hemisphere. During the months from December to February, we are pointed away from the sun, and thus we get less sunlight. The less sunlight we get, the colder and darker the days get. Also consider the fact that while we are pointed away from the sun, our friends in the southern hemisphere, like Australia, are pointed towards the sun, and thus they experience the heat and wonderfulness of summer.
The materials for the Borax Crystals experiment is a pipe cleaner, string, a pencil or rod, scissors, a jar or glass, borax, measuring cups, and hot water.
Take your pipe cleaner and construct whatever fun shape you want. Try forming a snowflake or using two alternating colors to form a candy cane to hang on your tree. Have fun and form any fun shape you want for whatever purpose. Cut a piece of string or yarn and tie it to the pipe cleaner, then attach to your pencil. Test out the length of your string and size of your jar. Make sure that the pipe cleaner does not touch the sides or bottom of your jar. Add boiling water to your jar and stir in 3 tablespoons of borax for every cup of water. Your mixture should cover the entire pipe cleaner. Place your creation into the jar by resting the pencil across the rim of the jar. Leave your jar to sit undisturbed overnight. Finally, check on your project the next day and observe the crystals. Hang your beautiful art piece for the world to see and experiment with this activity by adding food color or different amounts of borax.
The molecules of hot water move much faster than cold or room temperature water. Because of this, the water forms a suspension mixture where the borax is held between the water molecules. As the water cools, the molecules come closer together and push the borax away. The borax then begins to build onto itself and the pipe cleaners. The result is a totally tubular crystal creation.
The materials for the candy canes experiment is candy canes, an oven, and parchment paper.
With the help of an adult, preheat your oven to 250 degrees and line your baking sheet with parchment paper. Place the candy canes onto your sheet and bake for 3 to 4 minutes. While you wait, take a second to think. What will happen when the candy canes are warm? How will they change? Make sure that no one gets burned. Wait a minute or two for the candy canes to cool slightly. Then, while they're still warm, have some fun. Bend your candy canes into wacky shapes like heart, star, or pretzel. Ask yourself how the candy canes compare before and after the oven.
During this activity, you help the candy cane perform a physical change. A physical change is when the physical properties of something are altered. Melting ice, boiling water, and shredding paper are also prime examples of physical changes. Though it may look different, a new substance is not made, and usually this change is also reversible.
Alright, During this video, we talked about many different themes, all revolving around winter. For our final question, let's think about this. Why do animals hibernate? Consider the following. As we talked about, winter is a harsh season because of its coldness. But while we have heaters in Walmart, animals must shiver through their days and usually have a harder time finding food. To combat this, animals hibernate. Hibernation is a process where animals work to conserve their energy, gobble up as much food as they can during the fall, and then enter a sleep-like state during the winter. Also, their breath rate and their heart rate slows down, and their body temperature drops. A common mistake that people make, though, is they think animals sleep continually for months and months on end. This only happens to a few animals, though, like cave bats, groundhogs, and jumping mice. What happens more common, though, is that animals sleep for a couple days or a week or two, and then wake up to stretch their legs, eat a snack or two, warm up, and go to the bathroom. This cycle continues throughout winter, and then when it's spring, it warms up and they can go outside and frolic in the spring grass. Well, we certainly had a good time hanging out with you today. Hope you had a jolly good time watching this video. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a bush to decorate. We'll see you next time.
Build my